Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week in Code Blue News. Joe gives us an update on HMHS basketball, Chuck makes an appearance on Review 60, and Andrew takes a look at the GSA club this year. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Hey Bulldogs, welcome back to Code Blue News Season 3. I'm Kevin Hillman, here with Matt Messina, 6 feet apart. As you know, last week we said we were going to pick the seniors for Code Blue Feud. Well, issues came up.
We didn't want to draft anyone who legitimately didn't want to be on Code Blue Feud, so we are pushing the draft another week. If you don't want to be drafted, please fill out the Google form for the class of 2021's Google Classroom. Otherwise, you are drafted, and that's all I got to say about that.
As you all know, last week, the U.S. Capitol was invaded by a group of pro-Trump protesters. The arrests have reached over 170 people, with the charges including domestic terrorism, seditious conspiracy, and insurrection. The FBI has said that more arrests will be coming in the coming weeks.
In other news, President Trump has been impeached once again. With a vote of 232 to 197, Trump was impeached on a charge of inciting an insurrection. This was the most bipartisan impeachment in American history, with 10 Republicans voting for it.
Moving on, this week marked the start of basketball at HMHS. Let's turn things over to Joe McLaughlin with an update on the season.
Hey everyone, this is Joseph McLaughlin and welcome to This Week in Sports. Finally, after many months of waiting, school sports have come back to HMHS, basketball being the first sport to do so. Both boys and girls varsity teams began practicing last week to prepare for their first games. They will participate in a new type of sports season with more COVID regulations such as mask wearing, sitting 6 feet apart on the bench, no beginning tip-off, and limited to no crowds. Obviously, these new regulations have created challenges for the teams. Here are some of the players' thoughts on this new season.
I feel pretty good. It's been about time. How about you guys?
Hey, yup. I'm excited to get back into a routine.
We're a young team, so we have a lot to learn.
You could tell in the beginning of the first quarter, even in the middle, everyone's just so drained because they can't breathe, so you lose all your energy.
Both teams played their first games Wednesday night against South Shore of Oak. The girls' team won their game here in the gym by a score of 37 to 34. The boys lost their game on the road by a score of 70 to 49. Both teams play South Shore of Oak again today at 4. The girls going on the road and the boys hosting in the gym. That's all for today. This has been Joseph McLaughlin for Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Joe. It's good to see a return to some sense of normalcy with sports starting back up. If you want to watch the games live online, go to Holbrook Cam on YouTube.
Speaking of sports, NBA superstar James Harden has been traded to the Brooklyn Nets. There, he will join Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on what is, on paper, one of the best teams in decades.
All that to lose to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the rest of the Boston Celtics.
Now, let's go to Chuck LaRossi with another Review 60.
Hey everyone, I'm Chuck, and welcome back to Review 60, the segment where I review albums in 60 seconds or more. This is Whole Lotta Red, a record by Playboi Carti. Jordan Terrell Carter, known professionally as Playboi Carti, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. He's recognized for his experimental music, his goth look, and his mumble rap style, quote-unquote. Carti's dropped a lot of great records in the past, his self-titled Playboi Carti, and Die Lit. Carti is very, very different from other rappers, and he does that by his weird mumble style. This album wasn't amazing. It was 24 tracks long, and it was an hour and 3 minutes of pretty bad songs and a few good ones. It gave me about 3 listens to understand what tracks were good and what tracks were bad. Throughout the album, Carti has this persona of, I'm a rock star, and people don't understand me because I'm emo and goth. But at the same time, some of the tracks don't even reflect that. He's just repeating things over and over again. I don't really like Carti per se on this record as much as as the other ones, but there are some really good tracks on here, like Rockstar Made, Go to the Moon featuring Kanye West, Slayer, Vamp Anthem, and that's pretty much it.
What is even on this track list?
Cardi makes it apparent that he doesn't like what other people want him to do. He kind of wants to do what he wants to do, that rock star way, as he says. He's rock star made. On the track Metamorphosis, he has Kid Cudi in the beginning humming, which was beautiful, and it made me almost cry. Kid Cudi's hums sound so soothing that it made me enjoy this track, up until the part where Cardi just kept repeating Metamorphosis. And here's the hums on Metamorphosis. This record is not great. It's not good, it's not great, it's not even in the middle, it's worse than bad. I'm gonna give Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti a 2.5 out of 10. No, I'm not Anthony Fantano, I'm Chuck LaRossi, and you just watched Review 60.
Thanks, Chuck. The esports team is holding its first mandatory meet-in Tuesday after school. The meet-in will be held on Google Meet, so please check the team classroom for the link. If you are interested in joining, but did not sign up initially, please email Miss Neary or Mr. Gorman.
Switching gears, the Gender Sexuality Alliance Club has been going strong despite the pandemic. The other LaRossi brother is here with more information.
The GSA Club has been an ongoing group here at HMHS for a while, supporting LGBTQ+ rights. This year, even through the pandemic, the GSA Club has still been able to function.
GSA, which stands for Gender Sexuality Alliance, is a place where everybody, regardless of your sexuality, your gender, can come together.
Basically, it's just a club where we address issues faced by the LGBTQ community, and we try to do anything that helps society become more inclusive and more comfortable for people who are in the LGBTQ community.
I joined the GSA because I thought it was a safe space just talk about stuff, and I think others should join the club because it really is a safe environment, and you get the chance to either educate yourself or talk about pressing issues. So yeah,
they should also join if they want to normalize what it means to be LGBTQ and educate people about it.
As of now, we're hoping just plan a few things, but it is hard with COVID, so we'll just see what happens.
In GSA, high schoolers meet weekly every Tuesday, and middle schoolers join monthly to get a feel for the club.
The GSA Club is open for grades 6 through 12. If you're interested in joining, please contact Miss A. This has been Andrew LaRossi with Code Blue News, signing off.
Thanks, Andrew. That about wraps up this week for Cold Blue News. I'm Matthew Messina.
And I'm Kevin Hillman. See you next Friday.